First of all, Sybil's information, her knowledge is extensive. And no matter how controversial it may be, it is something that I think we'd find interesting from a cultural and educational viewpoint. But I have here a very, very old book that Bill Luxton read from earlier on the physical phenomenon of spiritualism. It was written over the turn of this past century by Hereward Carrington. Now, I don't particularly believe in spiritism. I respect the religion, though. There was something which we did on a program last year that's discussed in this old book. It was table tilting, where tables were made to wobble and move about the stage. I thought it would be interesting to take this one step further. This is not spiritism that you're about to see, but I think it's going to be something you're going to long remember, if ever you saw the program dealing with table tilting itself. Now, Bill, I'm going to ask you to take charge of the book, if you will. We have two lovely people up here from the audience. What's your name, ma'am?
Maureen.
Maureen, and we have never met before?
No.
And what is your name?
Gail.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Are you married?
Yes.
Obviously, my sensitivity is batting just a little bit zero, but I have taste, I think, in people. The table that we're going to use is a fair-sized one. In fact, if both you girls will grab it, I think you'll find it's fairly heavy. Grab it along the side. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Not dead weight, but it's fairly heavy. Now, we're going to have to make a chain. So would you put your hand on mine, please? Okay. Just place your hand on mine about like that. And not hard. I just touch my fingers about in that way. You place your hand over, touching the fingers to the table. I don't want you to press on the table. Now, place your left hand, your right hand, I should say, here, and I will do the same thing. I will place, just your fingertips, just the fingers, and don't press. Every finger must touch. And to make a chain, I will touch them like that. Now, place your left hand, move a little bit, your left hand, if you will, in front of our hands. On the table, you'll have to come around. And now place your right hand on top. Just not on top of hers, but on the table, touching one of her fingers or more. Keep that chain. Now, ladies, no matter what happens, stay with the table, but don't press down. Now, my fingers, if you'll note in my right hand, my fingers aren't even touching right now, but I'll touch them every once in a while. My left hand, just slightly. I want you people, however, to make sure you're in contact with my hands on the table, or your other hands. Bill, would you read from the beginning of a chapter on table tilting, where it was not accepted as spiritism, but as a strange phenomenon? Start reading out loud, Bill.
Probably no phenomena are more intimately connected in the public mind with the spiritistic movement,
concentrating on the table,
than those of table turning and table lifting. The reason for this is not, I think, hard to find. There can be no doubt that a large part of the phenomena, at least, are genuine, however we may choose to interpret them. I mean by this that the table does, in very many cases, actually rise from off the floor. And whether the ultimate explanation be fraud, unconscious muscular action, electricity, spirits, or whatnot, a large share of the public's attention is inevitably bound to be directed toward phenomena that do actually occur, since the vast bulk of these table-turning experiments have been conducted in private home circles where fraud was practically excluded to all appearances.
You're not doing this deliberately, are you?
No.
My fingers are hardly... Listen, it's not... I want you to think of it becoming lighter, but no matter what happens, do not break your chain. If you have to walk with the table, stay with it. Think of it becoming lighter, not just moving. Don't hardly touch it, but stay with it. Becoming lighter. I want you to think of it becoming lighter. My fingers are not hardly touching, but you keep your fingers to it. Becoming lighter. Lighter. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Keep your head. Don't press. Don't press. Lift your head up. Stay with it. Watch the step, but don't break your chain. Don't break the chain. Stay with it. Stay with it. If it moves up, stay with it. Don't push down. Leave your hands higher. You're pushing down. Stay with it, if you will. Stay with it. Watch it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Don't break the chain. Stay with it, if you will. Stay. Keep your hands together. Stay. Whatever you do. It's going up higher. Stay. Higher. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay. As it rests, don't press. As it rests, stay with it. Stay with it. Now I ask the lady on my right just to move her right hand away. Just her right hand. Take your right hand. Now take your left hand as I take my hand away. Now take your left hand away. Take your hand away. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that wild? No wiring. You can examine it. No hooks of any kind. And literally, it did rise, it raised. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you're curious, for many years over the turn of the century, People asked tables questions and tables reacted. They got answers by the amount of raps. They believed that they were spirits. I think it was something else. But from the concept of talking to a table which bounced or moved or sometimes rose, we have a common term in our culture today of table talk, which is a part of everyday life. Thank you again, and be the good Lord willing, I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.